Colton's recklessness and laziness took a heavy toll, leading him to lose everyone by his side, including his own family. One day, his son yelled at him, "Don't blame others for your failures." In that moment, something inside Colton shifted, and life would never be the same again. Even in his wildest dreams, Colton had never imagined that his wife Rosaline and son Derek would sever all ties with him. He had never imagined he would return home to eerie loneliness every evening, with no one to talk to. But it happened. Rosaline divorced him and took their son away with her. Colton was alone, except for Rosaline's words, which kept haunting him. "You are a loser, Colton." She had said, "Look at you. I'd never imagined I'd fall for a guy like you. I regret marrying you and bringing Derek into all this mess. I know I could have done better." Colton sank onto the living room couch and buried his face in his hands. Rosaline's words kept ringing in his ears, and he felt awful. He finally took out his phone and dialed her. "Hey, hi, Rose," he said as she answered. "What is it, Colton?" she asked. "I'm in a bit of a hurry." "Hey, I was just wondering, maybe you could send Derek over this weekend. It's been a while since I've seen him." "Oh, dear Colton," she said. "Don't act like it's my fault. The court has permitted you for visits, but you're just too busy to spend time with Derek. And what happened when I sent him to your house the last time? You weren't even home." "Hey, I'm sorry, Rose. Look, nothing will go wrong this time, all right? I'll talk to Derek and get back to you. I'm not sure if he'll agree." "Whatever it is, just let me know before," she said. "All right, I'll let you know. Bye," he said, and she hung up. Colton was very irresponsible, which is why Rosaline divorced him. She was tired of him and his recklessness. He had been working in the same position for years with no promotion. He was someone who didn't care about his family and squandered his money on drinking and parties. Rosaline was tired. Despite Colton having a job, she was managing all the household expenses. And it's not like Colton offered her help with household chores. He just wasn't there for her or Derek. After the divorce, Colton and Rosaline decided Derek would stay with her. As she was obviously the better parent, Colton agreed with her, and she got Derek's custody. After Rosaline and Derek left, Colton just became worse. The only thing left in his life was his work, and he couldn't even do that properly. He was frequently late for work, and one fateful day, his manager lost his cool and fired him. "If you're so intent on making this place your home and coming in whenever you want, Colton, why don't you just stay home? You hardly ever meet the goals. You're constantly late, and today you embarrassed us in front of the investors. So you're fired," his manager said. It was a Friday, and Colton returned home jobless. The next day, he woke up to the sound of the doorbell and saw Derek and Rosaline on his doorstep. "What are you guys doing here?" asked Colton, rubbing his eyes. "Sorry for coming unannounced, but I'm off to lunch with my friends, and I had to drop Derek off early. It's 12, and you were sleeping. Did you forget Derek was coming today?" Rose said. Colton sighed and covered his face. "I did," he admitted, "but that's fine. Come in, buddy. I'll see you later, Rose. I'll pick him up in the evening." "Have fun, Derek," she said and walked away. Colton had completely forgotten about Derek, and he had made no preparations for him whatsoever. The house was a mess. He was a mess. "Can I make you something to eat?" he asked Derek. "Nah, I'm good, Dad. Can I go to my room and play games? You didn't remove the computer, did you?" Derek asked. "Oh no, I didn't," Colton said, before he proceeded to the kitchen to make himself some coffee. Suddenly, he heard Derek calling to him. "Hey, Dad, the computer's not working." Colton remembered the computer wasn't working and that he didn't get it fixed because he had his laptop as an alternative. He apologized to Derek. "Sorry, champ. I just remembered that I need to get it fixed. How about you manage with the TV while I fix you a quick lunch? You'll be hungry later." Derek sighed and slumped on the couch. "What's the matter with you, Dad? You haven't changed a bit," he complained as he searched for the TV remote. "Hey, bud, look, I'm sorry. Really, Dad," Colton said. Derek rolled his eyes. "So what are we supposed to do now? You didn't get my computer fixed. The whole house is a mess, and I can't even find the TV remote. Can you do something? Anything, right for once?" Colton couldn't believe Derek was talking to him like that. "Relax, son," Colton said. "It's not like I've got it any easier. I was fired yesterday. I'm not sure what I'll do next, but I'm trying. Okay, I'm giving it my all. I have no savings and I'm looking for a new job, but no one wants to understand me. The manager yelled at me and fired me. You and your mother both left too. It's been difficult for me, son. Don't blame others for your failures, Derek yelled at Colton, who was shocked. Look at you, Dad. You know what Mom was right. You were a mess, Derek said and walked away. Colton didn't utter a word. Picked up his phone and dialed Rosaline. Pick Derek up right up now, he said, and hung up. Dad, your mom will be here soon. Just leave and don't bother me. I am going back to my room, he said and walked away. When Rosaline arrived, Colton heard her talking to Derek and saw them leave through his bedroom window. He felt suffocated when he saw them go and decided to head to the park for a walk. As he threw on his jacket and stuffed his hands in his pockets, Colton felt something inside it. Money. $300. I don't carry cash. Rosaline, did you? Does she think I need her money? I may be jobless, but I'm better off without her help. Colton dialed Rosaline in her rage, but it turned out she hadn't left the money. Colton thought the money was his until he discovered a note in Derek's bedroom a few days later. Hey, Dad. Look, I know it must be hard for you, but blaming someone won't help. Dad, try to be better. I had sold my old toys and helped my friends with math and saved some money. I'll leave it in your jacket's pocket for you. The note was incomplete, but it left Colton in tears. His son had tried to help him and left him money. Why did he leave the note here, though? Colton wondered. Colton was embarrassed that day. Something inside him shifted, and that's when things changed. Little did he know that his son would say, I'm proud of you. A year later, Colton never spent the $300, and he never mentioned the money or note to Derek. He got a new job, worked hard, and started working on becoming a better person. Then, one day, he arrived at Rosaline's house in his new car to pick her and Derek up for dinner, and they were taken aback. But that wasn't the only thing. What surprised them more was that when he brought them home, they found the house clean and span. Colton hadn't seen his son or wife in a year. He had promised himself that he would see them when he was a changed, better man, and he kept his promise. At the dinner table, Colton pulled out a chair for Rosaline, serving up the best meal he could muster for their reunion. As they enjoyed the evening together, Colton finally disclosed the story behind the $300. I was puzzled by the incomplete note, Derek, he confessed to his son. But you know what? Let's put it aside. I managed to save those $300. Placing the bills on the table, he continued, it sparked a change in me, inspiring me to strive for better. I'll always be grateful for how much you've helped me. I'm proud of you, Dad, Derek said, a genuine smile spreading across his face. I'm so proud of you. And from that moment on, Colton never failed to live up to that pride, for neither Derek nor Rosaline, never.